Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
I don't want to be talking too loud.
Jodi,
that's perfect.
Okay.
You don't project like I do.
Now you're like blowing the ears off.
Yeah, she's the drummer. She plays loud, but she doesn't speak loud. Whereas I speak loud constantly.
And play loud.
And play loud, yeah. Yeah, I do it all.
I've yet to see you guys, but I'm very hyped for next month. It is, right?
Are you going to come?
Yeah, I'm
April
there.
18th.
Yes.
I got a ticket. I'm there.
Please come. Oh my gosh, that'll be great. Please come.
Yeah.
That'd be really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to seeing the new album. The new album is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I guess let's get right into it. What was recording like? It was with the Secret Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, well, man, Micah and us are we are the opposite of oil and water. We mesh together so well that Micah's almost like an honorary third member of our band. Yeah, three peas in a pod. Yeah, we are. Micah just understands our language, like our musical art language, and so it's really hard to work with anyone but him because of that.
Well, this isn't the first time that we've collaborated with Micah. Micah played guitar on our demos for Winnipeg, California, and then he also played guitar on the record. So we knew that going in with this album, we knew what we were getting. It wasn't like a big surprise to us. So yeah, we love Micah. We love his guitar playing. We love his producing. So.
Yeah. So again, working with him was easy. We Jodi and I made our demos on our own, and then we got together and started, Zoom calling and talking about, okay, what do we want to do for this record? Going through each song, what are the inspirations? What's the vibe for it? And then we got together and we did our at Exchange District Studios with Grant Engineering, and we did all of our percussion there and some keys,
Drums, percussion, some keys, acoustic guitar.
Yeah, and then did the rest of my sister's 100-year-old cabin in Gimli. We did all vocals, guitar melodies, more rhythm, and all of that stuff there. Yeah.
The 100-year-old cabin is very cool.
Yes.
Do you think that changed the vibe in a way?
Yeah.
Okay, I think absolutely, because there's something really different between working in a very controlled environment like a studio and then something that you can't really totally control. I remember it was winter, so it was getting cold, and we shut off the heat so that we wouldn't hear the heat, and then we were concerned about the pipes, and then we were concerned about the sounds of this. So it was very much just learning when to forgive those moments of real life kind of entering the recordings. And I think it's awesome working in a studio, but it's also there's something very charming about working in a space that's not as controlled. So there's lots of little quirks in the recordings, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, there's that human touch.
Yeah.
And I think, we care about keeping the human touch in our recordings, to make it feel like there's texture if in the listening experience.
And humans are making it, because there's lots of robots now.
Yeah.
And
you're not robots. So.
No, and as musicians and artists, we've decided, it's sadly a political choice now, but we don't want to do that. That's not our art. Our art is about the human experience, and from start to finish, whether it's the lyrics and where the song is coming from to how we're recording it, and it's just what feels right to us, and it's what fills our souls. So it's just what we're probably
that's what it's all fucking about.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah.
The cabin reminds me of Fiona Apple's latest album, which has been a minute now, but it was recorded in this house that she was living in. They were banging on the walls and stuff to make percussion and stuff. The whole album just sounds like it's in this exact space. It's cool to experiment with the space and create something that's not all pristine perfect.
Totally. And I think too we're still one of those bands that really cares about and I know there's lots of other people that also care that way, but we really care about making an album a body of work. All of our records are coming from a specific time that reflect like where we are at in this time. And so when we're making that body of work, we also want like the space in which we create it to feel that way as well. So, you know, 100-year-old cabin in the winter in the Interlake, that sounds about right for this one.
Yeah. And so how long were you guys there?
A week and a bit.
I think so, yeah. I think
2 weekends and a week.
Yeah, but it was like full days.
Yeah, full days. Yeah. So, and it was great because like we didn't, the way that Jodi and I make records is we learned, maybe too late, but we learned that the way that we need to make music because of the way that we are is it starts with us. So I get the song together, going back and forth with Jodi with voice memos and all that stuff, what we like, what we don't like. Moving forward to the way we lay down the track is it's drums and then it's rhythm guitar and guide vocals. Like that's how the song is built because we're the band. And so everything that comes on after, like bass and leads and melodies and all that stuff, like still come from us and our inspirations and working with others, but it has to follow what we have laid down first.
Right.
Because when like
if you don't leave room for Steph's guitar and like it's like drums first and then you like conventionally you would add the bass, you can get pretty excited and then you wouldn't be able to like almost find room for your rhythm guitar. And I feel like your rhythm guitar is like jangly. It's like a little bit like it's got lots of personality. It's so important. And like
So it's like the bass almost needs to like lock into that too. Like
Yes, because that's what I lock into as the drummer. It's like me and Steph playing together, and so I feel like the bass has to fit within what we're doing, and it can't be Steph trying to fit within what the drums and bass are doing. So we figured that out. And
well, because in the past we would do that conventional
like
way, where
we
it's
usually do it. Yeah.
okay, we're gonna do drums, then we're gonna do bass, then we're gonna do leads, and then we'll see if we need any rhythm. And like that's cool. Like I'm not precious. I don't have an ego when it
But
comes
it
to
doesn't
stuff.
feel
But,
like it doesn't feel.
But all of a
authentic,
sudden, I don't know what to play on the song anymore, and then that's okay. Like if that's what the song needs, but
I don't like it when your rhythm guitar's not.
yeah. And so we've realized for our band that's the best approach. So that's what we do.
And that again keeps it like non-robotic, that jangly guitar sound and the
I think that's a big.
It keeps it really rhythm focused, which is really what we are. Like we really are. And like also like the way that I'll sing is the way that like, you know, when you pick up a guitar and you're starting to write a song, the way you're singing is influenced by the way that you're strumming, and the way that you're strumming is the way that you're influenced by how you're going to sing. And then Jodi's taking that and is influenced by that, and then she changes, and then I change based on how she's changing, and then we create this new thing, and that's the song now.
Right.
So then if anyone else is coming in on rhythm and disrupting that and changing it and not staying within our framework, then it's like someone gets kicked out, right?
And you know, I just thought about how weird it would be for you to like then, it's like something's like created and it's not like organic the way that it was started when you were writing with your guitar.
Weird.
For you to come in and
really
have to sing,
fucking
for you to
weird.
have to sing on something like
It's
how,
very
Like,
weird.
is there even? Yeah,
It's very weird. I don't like it. It's
Like,
why we kind of like we're a little bit fancy and we like put our foot down about it because it's like this
But
is
also
how
everyone's really great about it when they.
Oh
get to,
no,
like,
they
let's
are
do
and
that.
they're great about it. But it
is a bit different.
It was a learning curve to figure out that
To
like
say what you want and-
that's this is who we are.
Right.
And I think like it's interesting because it's like it's a nuance, right? Like it's such a small detail, but it's such a huge impact.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
learning, you know, after all the records you do, you learn.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which this is 4, 3, third full length.
EP.
Desires to Swear.
Well, Late Night Triple Feature is
That's
our
the
first.
EP.
That's the EP. Then Desires to Swear, that's a full length. Still Up and Fire is a full length. Winnipeg, California is a full length. Reality Bites is an EP, and this is our 6th recording.
Right. Yeah.
And
But
then
we have decided that we're lifers. We're gonna be making music till we're in our 70s.
Nice.
So we're not quitting.
So watch out, everyone.
You're just at the
Like-
beginning.
We're like 50 before we're done.
Yeah.
We're hoping that like when we're 70 and still doing it, like people will be like, "Can you believe they're still doing it?" And like, but here's the thing: the trick is to like stay relevant.
But
How do we stay relevant?
Okay, but the other trick is because we were talking about this the other day, and we were saying we're going to our 70s. We've decided
We're doing it.
But then I'm like, it would be really hard with Brittle Bones to be like playing drums and stuff like that. So like if we have to adjust and change that, maybe we'll change the format a bit. But
the keys are gonna have to change. You think I can hit those notes? Like some of the notes on the early stuff I can't hit anymore. Like already.
I just need to do like yoga or something. I don't know. Kiss
yoga.
Kiss is like still going somehow.
Kiss. Oh yeah, they are. They're not holograms yet.
Yeah.
No, aren't they becoming holograms?
I don't know about the holograms.
No, they're gonna be AI generated very shortly.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the thing that happened with Kiss was they made this big announcement before AI was like a huge thing that they were gonna be a hologram band, and I'm pretty sure they were gonna use AI to like be their band, but now it's not cool because AI is like available to everyone.
Interesting.
Yeah. But they did have a lot.
I mean, yeah, they're in the flames up there. They're upside down. They're doing the whole thing with like
excuses.
70
No excuses.
however many years
That's
old.
our band motto. No excuses.
Yeah.
Jodi, no brittle bones for you. Start drinking your milk.
Yeah.
I'll bring the pyro in, and then they won't notice.
Jodi's here in spirit, like in the crowd, but she's just AIing her drums in the future. Don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't leave me up there alone.
Never.
Well, I wonder if Kiss is doing yoga.
Yeah, I bet they're doing that, and like they
Getting
probably have
blood
like
transfusions.
they're getting
and-
blood transfusions mainly.
yeah,
Probably
They're not
got
just doing yoga.
They got they're on the
they have
next level
private
shit.
doctors attending their
Yeah.
houses weekly
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
soup ups and
Yeah.
like tune ups and all that.
Tune ups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How do you think the sound will evolve then?
As we age,
Yeah.
I think it'll be awesome. I think it'll sound great.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I think like at the end of the day, like our inspiration is our inspirations, right? Like we're absolutely inspired by like contemporary modern people, but like I think like when you first fall in love with music, like you'll never let go of that love, right?
Yeah.
Like because that music saved you. That's the music that said, hey, I see you. I feel the same way. You're not alone. And so that music, whatever it is for anyone, like for me, it's like classic rock, like anything from the 70s, like that's me. For Jodi, it's punk rock. It's like high energy stuff. And so she's always going to be inspired by that, like no matter how old she gets, right? And I'm always going to be inspired by my people, like no matter how old I get. So even though music will like change and transform, like those are the musicians that made us want to be musicians ourselves. So we're always going to be inspired by that. And then like, sure, there'll be influences by like new things that happen or new ways of talking about things or new issues to talk about. But, you know, whoever gets your foot in the door, whoever gets you like whoever lights your fire is gonna always gonna burn for you, you know?
But I will say something is so like recently I started revisiting all of those bands that inspired me growing up, and like one of those bands was The Clash. And I was talking to Ian about this. I don't know if you heard our conversation. But it's like I grew up in Gimli, small town, always had like my fridge full of food, was going to the same high school with the same friends, but I loved The Clash. Like I loved the energy, I loved the melodies, I loved the lyrics, I loved like, well, I thought I loved lyrics, but then now I'm revisiting it as an adult and they're like such a political band. I'm like, yes. And so like when I was like 14, 15, I couldn't connect with like that side of things, but like revisiting as an adult, some of those bands, and even Blink-182, like Tom, his lyrics about like coming from a broken home, like, you know, it's just funny. Like you have those artists and those bands that stay with you, but I recommend revisiting because when you revisit and you have like new life experience and new context, it almost makes you fall in love with them even more, you know? So that's been really cool. Yeah.
But you know, it's so funny that you talk about that because like, first of all, I totally agree. Like I was listening to Lou Reed the other day, and like Lou Reed's one of my homies and like my guys that got me in, you know? And like, yeah, every time you go back to those songs, like you re-understand the memory. It's weird. Like you listen to the song, it still hits in the same way. Like it's still like,
but it gives
for
you
some
more.
reason, like connects to your soul, and you're like, oh man, this is me. But then you like listen deeper, and like maybe it's instrumentally that you're listening deeper, or like lyrically especially, that usually happens, and you're like, whoa, that's what he's talking about
I
now.
didn't get it when I was 14, but now that I'm like in my 30s.
Or like when you got it in your 20s, you're like, I understood what he was talking about, but now you're like, no, I really get it now. And it's like, whoa. And it's funny that we're kind of talking about that, because that's a lot about what this new record's about. Like it's this like revisionist history of memory. Like we're right, because like it's like the revisionist history of how we understand these songs that we used to love, and it's like, oh my god, that's what they were talking about the whole time, and I thought it was about this or that. And this new record is all about re-understanding like your own memories. So like I would write about this time in my life all the time. I still do. Just, you know, those moments in your life where you write about it. Like for some reason you can't stop writing about this moment in your life, these years in your life. Like you just keep going back to it because they're so formative. But you're going back to them because you're like re-understanding, like you're remembering it differently. And now that you've had all of these life experiences, like it feels different to you. It's still impactful, but like it means something different now. Now like, that I know more about life or whatever.
Well, and when like I first listened to, because like Stef brings the songs and then we like kind of flesh them out together, but the lyrics and everything come from her. And so when I was listening to some of the stuff she had written, we have been working together for like 15 years, you know, like we've been together for so long doing music and art. And so I share a lot of these experiences with you. And I wouldn't call it revisionist history, but I would call it like, I guess like, yeah, like you're revisiting things and you're realizing that these moments that when you're in your 20s, are a dime a dozen, they happen all the time, are like actually super special and impactful. So like looking back on these things, like what am I going to pull out and write about? And then also like hearing that people are relating to them, because it's things that are like small things that just like kind of stand the test of time and seem like relevant as you get older. Like they stick with you. So that's what's special about Drive Through Confessional, is it's like a collection of memories and moments that stand out over like a period of time.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And it's funny because I know her writing, and I know some of, like, we'll never talk about it, but I know what some of them are about. And so it's cool to kind of hear like the way that you speak about some of those things.
Oh, for sure. And like I find that to be such like an interesting part of, you know, because the song, a lot of the record is about like the pains of growing up and remembering growing up and like your first heartbreaks and, you know, things that never happened that you wish did happen, and like crushes, like all these like really like first feelings, like the first time you were this, the first time you felt that, and then like how you think about it now in hindsight a little bit more. And it's just interesting because like I feel like as time goes on, I'm finding more compassion for those moments and like for those people involved, like me included. Like compassion for me being like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know. And I thought I knew. And then it was like, for that person, we're like, oh, well, I thought he was a dick or whatever. Fuck you. But now I'm like, he didn't know what he was doing either.
He was a dick.
Or he was a dick. Like, whatever. But like, I think like the sensitivity of the initial raw emotion like is still there, and it's still delicate, and there's something so precious about it. Like again, it's like when you first fall in love with music, like when you first fall in love, like when you first have sex, when you first like, you know, feel free like from like being with your parents or whatever it is, like those feelings, like we almost don't realize, or you're sad,
or desperate, or angry,
like,
or like just going out trying to look for something to do. Like,
yeah,
so
like
funny. But it makes me wish that like all of like the bands that I love, like all of my heroes, would write a record like that, where it's like looking back in hindsight on everything from like a context of like, being older and
yeah, because it's just interesting, and that's why I kind of say revisionist history though, because it's kind of like, well, 5 years ago, I would have said this about this moment. And now I'm saying something different about this moment. And, you know, when it first happened, I would have said something completely different about that moment, right? So it's a little bit more visceral than I'm not as experienced, right? So it's like, it's interesting how songwriting is such a lifelong sport in that respect. Because like you really can talk about the same breakup for the rest of your life if you want to, as you grow old and see things around you change and people around you change, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, you handled that way, and like that's actually similar to what happened to me, but I didn't handle it that way at all, like not even close, like, you know. And then you start to like think about like the bigger picture of things.
When I guess like at its core, there's only like 3 things to write about.
Yeah,
And then everything is just like variations on that. You just like find different
totally.
angles and like ways to look at it, you know.
Totally.
How do you think you're gonna remember this period of your life later on?
I feel like that's a pretty loaded question, because we have been like musicians 2,000,000% to give up everything in your whole life to do this and to go on the road and to do that. But we had to like, we're like in our 30s now, and we've both wanted to start families forever. And it was really hard for us to kind of make that decision to like go off of the road and go off of giving music like that 1,000,000,000% that you think you have to give it. But I think we're going to remember this time as probably the most special time. Like finally reconnecting with like the art and the music and everything that made us fall in love with what we do, and kind of push aside everything that doesn't matter. So like a lot of the social media stuff that everyone feels pressure from whoever they're working with, or just like being in this day and age, like we hate that. Like it breaks bands apart. It could have almost broken our band apart, but then we're like, wait, do you want to do this? No. Do you? No. Like, let's just do what we want to do, which is like recording, performing, music, bare minimum on social media when we have to. But like, I think it's really hard to
bare minimum social media.
It's really hard when it's not about the music anymore, and when it's all about like how many followers do you have, how many this do you have. I'm like, I don't know, like can we like. So I think that we're going to remember this period as like reconnecting with what really matters, which is like the art of everything, which has brought us together for over 15 years. And also like starting our families. Like we both had babies around the same time, like, and just finally giving ourselves grace to do it all and have it all and keep music at the center of our lives along with other things too. Like, would you add to that? What would you say?
Yeah, I think like a big thing is just like fucking the fake narrative that you think you have to comply within. Like, I'm just like, I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. Like, I'm not doing it. Like, because like I've always had like beef with like the internet, like personally, like ever since it came into my life, I've always had beef with it because like, you know, it has this illusion of connecting us, which I do think it does in some ways, but there's a huge fragmentation that's going on, and there's a huge loneliness that's going on, and like we're losing like community, and we're losing neighbors, and we're losing like friends in a way that like we shouldn't be. And the way that our species works is it doesn't work that way. We are not built to live solely online. It doesn't work that way. We are pack people. Like we want our community, we want our family, we want our people around us. Like, you know, that's what we want. And as we've progressed in our careers, the more we're being forced to kind of like and encouraged to
find a viral moment, really.
Be viral, go this, do that. And it just it is so serving the man. I can't even like get into it because I cannot. We cannot do it. It's just as artists, we just cannot do it.
It's too upsetting.
It's just I can't be a slave to the man in that way. I can't do it. I just can't. And it's really frustrating to have to hear that from your team, and then have to be like, thank you. No, we're not going to do that. And like the decision carries a lot of weight to say that.
Well, because it's like, do a what's in your bag and put your single behind it. Do a makeup routine and put your single behind it. Do a my favorite whatever and put your single behind it. Do go out to eat and put your song behind it and hope that someone catches on. But what I've noticed is that like when things do go viral, it's just like a flash in the pan. Like there's no longevity there. And so it's just all of these things where it's like we could spend our whole lives online trying to catch a moment of like viral whatever, so that one of our song gets like a bunch of listens. But like that's not like that is almost, if anything were to make us like stop, it would be probably that. And we haven't, because we decided we're not doing that.
Yeah, we've decided to just like downshift and be like, we're just not gonna go at that velocity of like selling ourselves, because it's like we didn't
sign up for it.
We didn't sign up to be a band to be influencers, and like bands starting today like know that that's a part of the deal. We started. Spotify didn't exist when we were a band, okay? Like, to give some context. Every single time we have released a record, the music industry has been completely different. Nobody knows what they're fucking doing. No one in the industry knows what they're fucking doing. Everyone's just figuring it out because everything's moving so fast. Like, and I'm not saying that like everyone sucks. I'm saying it like
we're all
everything is moving so quickly. Like in the whole world, everyone feels that way. In every field, they feel that way because it's like now there's AI. First there was the internet, then there's this, then there's that, then there's this, and like everyone's just trying to keep up with like.
Just wait for AI 2. That's gonna be fun.
Well, yeah, God, like
what's going on with AI 2? What's that all about?
No, no one knows. We'll have to see.
Second generation.
Yeah.
Holograms.
They're gonna wipe your butts. Finally, someone wipes your butt again. Before you're
Can they make content for us?
Yeah, make content.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
But so like for us, it was just very like, this is just kind of our choice at this point for our own mental health, and like we lost a lot of team out of that. Totally, we did, and
but also we're not gonna give up like our music, and what we love doing. It might look different if we're not playing the social media game, but that's how we want it to look, right? Like we want to keep doing what we're doing, we want to keep performing and doing things that make us happy, and it just sucks that like you have to have those conversations and all of that stuff kind of comes along with it. And like maybe as things change, like I'm not saying we'll be like completely off of it forever. We're not completely off of it, but we're not going to be doing like you're not going to see us dancing in front of the camera probably. Maybe, but probably not.
probably not. No, we're not.
Maybe when you're 70, you're just like,
that's
you know
the
what?
time. That's what
This
we
is
want.
this is now we want to do it. Actually,
No, we got nothing else to do.
It'll be different by then.
That's the other thing too, is like there are just so many amazing aspects of life that we want to like make time for, that you know, when you start listing what's important to you and being present, like, you know, everyone's like, you know, you got to be present. You got to not be stressed out. You know, stress is what's going to kill you. Okay, well, if I start like making my list of priorities of like what's important to me, like making my art isn't stressful. Like at all.
That's the best
Playing and presenting my art and performing my art is not stressful. It's like feeling like I have to be a cog in the machine of like
Trying to go
viral and like shaking my ass in the camera to get someone to listen to my fucking song. Like that's stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like that's not me. That is not my soul. That's not what I want to do. And so I think really what it really is just us being like, we're just going to follow what our souls want to do, like what the artist inside wants to do. And I don't think any true artist wants to like get online and market themselves, because then they'd go into marketing. They wouldn't be artists, they'd be marketing. Like, and it sucks that like now like you have to be everything. Like you have to be a great songwriter, great player, great performer. You know, you got to get a record deal, you got to tour, you got to do all your own marketing, you have to do your website, you got to do your merch, you got to like pay for a vinyl, you got to do it all. And it's a lot. Like it's a lot on the shoulders of the artist these days to like create and do things. And I think like we're just at that stage in our career where like we're so proud of everything we've done that now we just want to do things that make us happy. And like especially like once you have a kid and you see the world kind of through their eyes and you want to model like the world that you want them to feel growing up in. I don't want like my kids to be like seeing me being like, okay guys, like me on a phone. Like that's not what I want my kids to see. Like I want them to like see me having fun with them and like singing with them and having fun and playing music with them. Not like out of the way, hey guys, like that's just I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
Or it's like you start giving your kid guitar lessons and you're like third week okay, now this is how you make content.
Yeah, exactly.
Sad.
And then it makes me so sad because now like the process of learning a chord and playing it, it's not about playing it. It's about
less important.
showing everybody you can play it. And like, that's not what music's about. Music's about like creating and like, again, like feeling that feeling when you first heard like the artist that changed your life. Like that's how it felt for me when I started writing songs and playing music. It was like, that must be what they felt like because it feels so freeing. Like it's the most incredible feeling. Any musician can tell you that, right? Like no matter how far you've gone in your career, you've played music in a way that sets your soul free. And like, I think it's what every soul wants to do. Like I'm very mystical and spiritual in that way. And I feel like singing and playing music is such a special and important like act of freedom, you know, and to be feeling like we should be focusing on content instead of that feeling of freedom is like, that's the man trying to fucking get you down. Sorry, that's where I'm getting all like spooky here, but like,
Well, and I also think
fuck that
like,
shit. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, people. Don't do it.
I think like, I don't know. I'm always okay. I have a couple things here. First of all, there is a little bit of an art to the content.
Of
So
course.
I like that aspect. And like when I'm doing stuff for the podcast or for my band, like we were doing a music video. It's like I'm editing that. And it's like the main purpose of it is to like let people know that our song exists. Yes. But so it is marketing, but it's also like it is dope too. So like I'm having fun making it because it's like it's still creative. However, I'll also say I don't really believe that it's gonna like a viral moment isn't gonna sell that many tickets. Like I understand exactly like I don't know, it's like I feel like you make it for like your existing fans, your existing followers to be like, hey, if you missed it, this is what we got going on, you know?
Yeah.
I think you have a very healthy mentality about it because like we also do like a lot of our own music videos and stuff like that. So making that type of content isn't like soul crushing for us. Like stuff that we already do, like we do all of our own video stuff. We've done some like photography stuff. We do graphic design. And so like if it's something that you're already creating that feels true to your music and you can edit it and put it online, that's different to me than like, let's look at what's trending and how can we like jump on this and catch that. So I think that's cool that you've you know.
No, and I like, again, like just to echo Jodi, like we were both in art school before we became a band. Like we bonded on like painting together and photography and video and all that stuff before we even started creating music together. And so a big part of like the visual aesthetic of our band is literally truly like mainly our vision and like what we do and how we implement it. And like, you know, it's more, I think, like when we're talking about all of this stuff, it's more like when the industry is just telling you to do things that they see are working with other people instead of the industry being creative with the artists they're working with and seeing what's in their wheelhouse right now in terms of where they're at in their lives and what makes sense for their brand meaning their artistry and like who they are as artists. You know, like when the pandemic happened, like all we got constantly was like, you guys should go on TikTok. You guys should go on TikTok. You guys should go on TikTok. You should go on TikTok. You're not on TikTok yet? TikTok. And we were like, no. We just didn't want to do it. Like, that's not like, again, like we just didn't start a band because we wanted to be influencers in that way. So like, it's more like the pandering that like we're just not into. It's not the creative process and in terms of like the visual aspect of it, because Jodi and I actually really love that aspect of it. Like every record we create and all the merch around each record and like the visuals and like the vibe is all like very thoroughly thought out and executed within the world of the album. Whether it's like themes, color, fonts, etc. Like that's all very, very, very like well thought out, and like we love that aspect of it because that's creative, and that's also like a part of our souls, and it's a part of like what we're expressing. So it's really important to us that it makes sense, that all of it flows together. I think it's just more like the more cheap hit shit. Yeah. That's hard for us.
I'll see a lot of that too from artists on Instagram where I'll see like a little video where I'm like I know you didn't want to make this. It's like I can tell like you did not want to make this, and you're kind of doing like maybe not the bare minimum, but it's just like, bro, like you don't need to do it if you don't.
I feel bad for you that you are having to do this right now.
Yeah.
You can tell when it's like authentic and when it feels forced.
Yeah. When was the last time you guys were on tour?
A while ago. Was it before the pandemic?
Oh.
I don't even really like remember when the last time we was, but we've gone on tons of tours. Like we've done the ones where like you're driving in like a crappy vehicle, scared of it's gonna break down. We've slept on floors. We've slept like in bed bugs, what we thought was bed bugs. We've done it so many times, and I think our thing, we reached a point where we were like, we'll fly out and do shows and do small tours, but it started getting kind of like not fun, you know. And so actually Germany. We had an agent in Germany, and we got to open for like Winter Sleep and this band Broncho, who we freaking love, and like those were like the glory days of touring. But ever since COVID, I've kind of felt like I don't really want to go on a tour unless it's something that's meaningful for us. So it's been a while since we've toured. Like we played bigger shows, and we've done shows, and we're getting back into like playing live more.
Yeah,
frequently.
we've done like shows and festivals and stuff. Like we've played in the UK and in Germany. A bunch, but it's been mainly like a few dates, but like I wouldn't call that like a tour. No, a tour is like a totally different beast now for us. Like we've got so many additional things to think about now. That touring is like just not as conducive to our lifestyle. But also like touring's just expensive. You know,
especially as a Canadian.
When you're seeing people like Kate Nash like talk on the radio about how like she's this like very successful established musician, and like she's breaking even, you know, and like even the weather station who's like selling out all over Europe in these big rooms is breaking even.
That's crazy.
It's like you know, like it's really, really tough for the emerging middle class and the upper middle class musician to like make money off of touring. Like you're doing it to kind of it's kind of like an investment thing. Like you're doing it to like keep propelling like, you know, like what's the word? Like when you're like talking about you and
more like the buzz,
the buzz of you, and like keeping you like going up and up and up and up, and like the optics of how it looks to like be doing all these big things. And people don't realize that the cost of that, like whether it's like hotel rooms, paying your players, per diems, gas,
vehicle rental,
and then like if you also are leaving a job to come and do this, then like what you're losing with that. Then like if you have to do other things like put your dog in a kennel. Jodi and I, between the two of us, we've got 3 dogs.
Or like trying to make
Between Jodi and I, we have 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 3 kids.
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing with all those things? Like, if we're going on tour, right? So like.
But that being said, like playing live to us is like one of the most important things for our band, and that's something that we're doing a lot more of these days, and we want to continue doing a lot more of in the future. So like, we want to start doing more festival gigs and like smaller tours and things that are more conducive to like our lifestyle and our budget. But it's not going to be like we're not going to be like driving through Thunder
But like,
Bay,
hey, let's be clear though. Let's be clear here though. Like for 10 years, maybe 12 years, we said yes to absolutely everything. Every opportunity that came, no matter how short notice, how expensive, we did it. We did it. We found out like 3 weeks before we played Primavera Sound in Barcelona, Spain.
Whoa.
We played with Haim, Nine Inch Nails. Who else? Sky Ferreira. Macaulay Culkin's band, the Pizza Underground.
Oh, yeah.
They were there. St. Vincent was there. Like
so
we
That's crazy.
like found out like 3 weeks before. You think ticket prices were good then? No. 3 weeks before you
and
go?
we also,
No.
flew to Australia with a backpack and didn't see a beach.
Yeah.
Like we went for like
we were
4
there
days.
for 7 days
Didn't see a
and
beach.
jet lagged to the like
And we
puking.
didn't
We were jet lagged so
And
badly.
we didn't see a koala, and we didn't see what's the other thing? A kangaroo. We didn't see a kangaroo,
We didn't see any of those.
beach, koala, anything.
But we played great shows and it was awesome. But we've done the yes to everything now at this point. So like having to like I don't know, I just feel so lucky and grateful and fulfilled with like everything that we've already experienced. Like we've worked with so many incredible producers. We've had record deals, we've had agents, we've toured, we've done all those things. And like things have changed a lot now and we're in a totally different space now. But I'm so happy and proud of like what we've done, and like we've never compromised our artistry. We never will. I think that's a part of our success, honestly. We're so lucky that we've like bonded together. Like we didn't break up as a band. Like we've been a band for 15 years. Like not a lot of people can say that they've done that. Like a lot of people break up by now. And like it's just awesome. Like I love what we've done. If we can keep doing all this great shit, great. Like it's never going to change the fact that I'm going to create music and love music and honor music and see music and perform music. Like, and I really hope that that's what people are. I really hope that's how people are seeing music these days, because now more than ever, the artist is so important. It might feel like we're not, because everyone is making you feel like you're not. Like, you know, like they feel like, oh, well, you don't have a record deal, so like, no, that's bullshit. You don't have a manager. You're useless. No, none of that shit fucking matters. Don't listen to that stupid industry talk. Like the artist is the reason why those people have jobs. The artist is the most important thing. The artist and the art that is created is what is important. That's what connects to people. That's what makes people feel like they're not alone. That's what makes people say, hey, yeah, that's not right. That's what makes people say, yeah, I had my heart broken too. Or yeah, love is the answer. Yes, respect. Yes, let's grow. Yes, let's change. Like, let's rise up. Let's do what's good. Like, that's what art does. And that's why everyone wants to diminish the artist, right? Because that's really fucking powerful.
True.
Like you listen to a song and you're like, yeah, like that's fucking powerful. They don't like that. They don't. People don't like that. Higher powers don't like that. So like, that's why it's more important than ever to stick to what you're doing. You're doing the right thing. It doesn't matter if you have a team. It doesn't matter if like you've gone on tour or done something. It doesn't fucking matter, because art is like what this world needs to revolve around. And everyone will do the best they fucking can to make it seem like that's not what it should be, but that's exactly what it should be. Because you have a bad day at work, anything happens to you in your life, what do? Music surrounds every celebration of life. Music is around every tragedy of life. Like that's how important it is. So it's so important, no matter where you're at, no matter what level you're at, whether you've done it all, done absolutely nothing, if you are still doing it, like you are a part of like this revolution of like why art is so important, especially now, like because it's freedom, it's free speech, it's connecting, it's giving people power and respect and like this feeling of change, like possibility of change. So it's sorry, you got me on my soapbox. So
that was
you gotta
great.
be careful.
I was
you gotta be careful. If I'm
enraptured.
gonna get
great.
up there, I might not come down. So yeah, like I'm very like, people don't want people thinking these days, right? And music lets people think. And like, I don't want to get all tinfoil hat here, but that's why music and art is so important, right? Because it's challenging the way we think about things.
And I think that is still resonating with everyone, and like even with like, okay, all the AI slop and stuff we were just talking about, like that's all coming through, and it seems like that's like dominating the internet, but like the internet's not real. You know, like people still go to concerts, people still watch movies, and they like that it has the human touch, that it's like there's a clear, you know, creative direction here that is not a robot. And yeah, being a part of that and sharing that is like one of the fucking best parts about being human.
Totally. And that's also something too that I still feel like since like COVID, the live sector of music is still recovering from. Like I think it's getting better. It's a lot better. But you know, it's hard because like tickets are expensive. It's hard to make a living these days. Like it's hard to see live music sometimes. But like the therapy session you can get from just going and seeing a live band, like again, it's connection, that's community. Like that is sitting, like if you go by yourself to a concert. So first of all, I'm just gonna say this too. My favorite artists that I go and see, like I go by myself. I don't want to go with anybody.
I go by myself a lot.
I go by myself. I get the best seat I can possibly afford if it's like at an arena show. And because I want to be around the other super fans, because I'm a super fan. Yeah. I want to be around people who also love this band. I don't want to bring someone who's like, who's this? I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This is my favorite song. Don't fucking talk to me right now. Yeah. Like, I want to be there. Yeah. I want to feel that. And I don't want to be around anybody who's not on my level. And so when I go to like bigger stadium shows, like I go by myself, I get the best ticket I can afford. And all of a sudden I'm around my community that I've never met before. But I've never felt safer, more loved. And like even in local shows, the same thing. And like that's where that community thing is so important. And it's where like I hope people can start making that more of a priority of like to be more community minded, support your local bands. Because if you don't support the local venues, if you don't support the local bands, they go away. And then you don't have that. And then what kind of world are you living in when you have no community in the arts, right? Like, and that's scary because then you're isolated and alone and you can't feel. Like when you're there and you're like watching a band play and you're like, fuck yeah, I feel that way too. And they wrote that song, so they felt that way. And that person beside me is singing along, they feel that way. Oh, we all feel this way. Like, that's so powerful. Like, that is like rise up material. Like, that is like, let's go get them. Like, that is huge. And we need to make sure we protect that and keep doing that. So it's where it's like, when people are thinking about, what am I going to do this weekend? It's like, why don't you spend money on your community? Why don't you spend money on like supporting other people that are like risking it all to do their art, you know? Like knowing that they don't get paid to do their art because they want to give to you, right? Like it's cyclical. So
that being said, April 18th.
Nice.
If it's at the time.
Oh my God, sorry, you guys, you've gotten me all soapboxing and I can't get off. Like, Jodi, ask me the question now because I'm just like gonna just start ranting.
Like, I work with high school students. I'm a teacher. I teach art and graphic design. And I think it's so sad because you were saying that, like, go to these concerts alone and stuff. And I see so many people and, like, so many kids and teens that do feel isolated and alone. And, like, that's, like, I don't know if it's a thing of COVID or what, or the internet. But, like, sadly, like, yeah, like it is hard. It is hard for people to get out and put themselves out there the same way that we did before, you know.
But I think though that's the thing is like even if you don't make a friend, so to speak, let's say in that live environment, you look around and we all feel the same. Anxiety. But what's making you anxious? Are you anxious because you're sitting in a room all day long looking at influencers that making you feel that this is how you should be living your life, which is completely unrealistic? Yeah, get off the fucking internet and get into your community. That's what you need to do. Like when we start getting freaked out by like what we're seeing on a screen. We need to say, hey, this is not me. It's not me. It's the screen. F the screen. Turn to another human being and see what happens then. Like, seriously, that could even just be like, go to 7-Eleven, buy a quart of milk, and say, hey, to the person who's checking you out. Like, not sexually checking you out. I mean, like, checking out your milk. You know?
Or like maybe it's taquitos.
Or maybe you're buying us some taquitos. Whatever it is. Like, go and be around another human being. Like, I'm just really about human connection these days because it's just like I really work hard. I work hard like to not be online. Like I don't want to be on it because every time I'm on it, I feel like shit. I feel like my life is shit. I feel like my art is shit. I feel like everyone's got it figured out but me. I don't feel good and I feel scared of the world and I don't like that. And then when I go out into the world, it's actually not that. And when I go out and engage in the world, it's actually not that at all. So that's why I'm kind of like, get into it. Like, say hi to your neighbor. The 7-Eleven down the street that you get your milk from or whatever you do down there. Get your taquitos. Like, get to know their name because you're buying more taquitos later. So, like, say hi next time. Like, you don't have to be strangers. Like, things like that. Like, that is the human condition. That is, like, you know, and Jodi grew up in a small town, Gimli. I lived in Gimli for 8 years. And so that small town thing in different ways is very ingrained in both of us. And, like, you don't go to the grocery store and, like you're not anonymous there. Like, you're not. You go to the grocery store and like you prepare yourself for running into people because that's what's happening, and it could be a 10-minute conversation, a quick hello. You don't know who you're running into. You have to budget your time for like saying hello to these people because that's just how it is in a small town. In a city, you can be so much more anonymous and go in and out, whatever. You don't run into anybody, it's fine. But in a small town, like, you really have to fucking engage with everybody. And sometimes you're, like, not into it and I don't have the time for it and all that stuff and you get frustrated with it. But it's better for your soul regardless.
Right.
To be, like, bothered by the person who is just trying to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
And checking in with you.
Yeah.
Than like someone who you know you don't have to ever.
It's not healthy to go a full day and like not talk to someone.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And that's why we're getting all anxious and weird because we think everyone's weird. But it's like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're okay.
We're all weird and that's okay.
That's
we're
even
all
better.
Weird and that's fine.
But that's the thing is like getting in there, you start to realize, okay, so you're weird. Like that. All right, gotcha. And then we can all roll with the punches a little bit better. Yeah, I'm a little bit freaky like that too. Yeah, exactly. No, that's exactly how it is. See, I'm getting milk at 7-Eleven. Jodi's getting taquitos. We know that about each other now.
I also think like, cause like the live music financials are suffering because people because the economy is suffering and arts are the first thing to go. But people are still going to shows. And like I'll see like these bands that have like not a big social media presence, like no streams or like you like on just looking at their online presence, you're like, this doesn't feel like, is this a legit band or not? And then but the only way to tell is by listening to the music. And then you go to the show and they fucking sold it out. And it's like a small room, but they're like, hey, they got 150 people who are stoked.
Yes.
So it's like it all happens off the internet. Like that's where it's actually happening,
Totally. Yeah.
Well, and that's kind of like when we first started out too, like that's how the Winnipeg music scene was. Jodi, you know better than I do.
Oh yeah, it was like playing at like community clubs and like art clubs and like weird venues on Main Street far down and like postering and stuff like that. So I think like the super fans will always be there. And I think that the best shows that you can go to are the ones that are, like just show up to a band that will like poster and do things and has like that kind of following, but like that definitely still exists.
Also,
nice.
like
it's
I
nice
think,
when that happens.
Yeah, but I also just think too, like, oh man, I just love it. Honestly, just thinking about like, like you're getting a show together, you're gonna play, like, That's so fucking cool to have the courage to do that. Like, do you know how many people don't have the courage to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people wish they could just sit down and write a song and then like find people to play that song with and then to like get the guts together to record it and then release it and then play in front of those people releasing it?
It is all pretty crazy.
Like,
actually.
it's pretty fucking wild.
Yeah,
It's very courageous to do that.
Yeah.
And like,
It is.
you're an artist to care that much, to go through all those steps to do it. And like, we should stop being so ashamed of being that. We're artists. There's all of us are artists, and we've been taught out of that, right? Like, the world wants us to just be in the assembly line, but like, we can all do it.
I want to like find like a shitty high school band that's just starting and go to their show, and I want them to be like really shitty and bad and see that happen.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I feel like we need more.
I want to
of that.
see that.
Like, people are like so prepared and like they've got all their shit like all ready to go on computers and stuff. I just want to see like a shitty high school band
who can't tune their guitars.
rent out like a church. They're not religious.
Yeah.
It's just like where they can get their underage friends. in.
Yeah, they
There's
rent their
no-
amps from Long McCoy.
There's
Don't know how to
beer
use them.
inside, but everyone's like having some beers in the back lane, and then they're just like so excited. You know, like that. I would love to
Well,
see that.
I am having on the podcast. Shout out! We're only here for the snacks. They're
I've
they're
heard
like
of them.
13 years old, 14 years old.
We follow them actually. I think Jodi, we follow
I
them.
saw them. If it's the band I'm thinking of,
Yeah.
they were Song of the Week on Manitoba Music recently.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I saw a picture and I'm like, yes,
Yes.
I was like so stoked to see kids like doing this. And, like,
Yes,
first of
we
all,
need more
they
of
look
that.
so cool. Second of all, like they sound so cool. Like that's awesome.
And
Give me
also,
that
like,
energy.
fuck
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, go and do it. Like,
let's go
go
to their
do
show and
that.
watch
Let's go to their show. I'm pumped. Like, yeah, like, go and do the damn thing. Like, oh, man.
And be so excited and like it's so fun. That
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, it's all about protecting the arts. And like, even like from those early ages where it's like, you start to think that art isn't cool anymore. Like, when does that happen in school?
Yeah.
When does it happen?
I don't think it happens.
Yes, it happens. It happened because
I'm an
I
art-
felt like
I'm
a
an art
loser in
teacher,
art school. I know,
so-
but you don't count. Like, I like, 'cause we always
I
loved
see I
it.
see the cool kids.
Yeah.
In my mind, they're the cool kids.
Well, I was in the art. I was very conflicted in high school. I was in the art room and in the gym during high school. Like, the lunch hour, like, that's where I
She's, like,
divided
team
my
captain,
time.
Like,
It was very conflicting. I was a jock and an artist, and it was very difficult in terms of the identity crisis of high school, because like, you're allowed to be one, you can't be more. You can't be a Renaissance woman, which I always have been, still am to this day. But that's where it's like, I wish people didn't get so like freaked out of art, and like art meaning like anything, writing, photography, music,
I
whatever.
wonder if that's. I'm thinking now. It feels like more of a guy thing to like not want to like be creative, you know?
or like be vulnerable.
Yeah,
with your
Because it
exactly.
means, yeah, to be
Especially like
creative.
singing, especially singing. I'm thinking
Singing,
about
yeah.
or,
Yeah,
like dancing.
well, like,
that's a big like.
art requires you to like reveal the human
Just put yourself out there.
experience,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
vulnerability, right? Like, any kind of feeling that
Yeah.
revolves under the sun. And
Yeah.
typically, to be hyper masculine is to push away
Suppress all
those
that.
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
but there's nothing like better than anybody, no matter who you are, is embracing those feelings. There's nothing stronger than that.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know where we got the rhetoric of like, that's not cool. Again, because that's just like,
Just
that's
society,
the
yeah.
agenda. So again, don't get me on the soapbox. But, that's the agenda. People don't want, like, if we were all just be like, fuck off, I'm going to feel. I'm going to fall in love. I'm going to get my heart broken. I'm going to feel great on stage. I'm going to sing. I'm going to connect. I'm going to look at people in the eye. Like, fucking awesome. That's so fucking awesome. What energy is that? Like, that is like life. That's living. That's being alive. That's amazing. That's not like shaking, scrolling, you know? That's like, I can feel my heart beating. I can breathe in and out. Like, that's like real shit. And it like, I know we're on our way there. I know that's what the world wants. I can tell. Like,
It's the return to analog.
Yeah.
it's the return to humanity in whatever way that looks. Analog, right? Like, being super honest, like going into your communities, like supporting local, just playing live and just giving a damn and just doing it and like falling in love with like the act of being present and singing on stage.
And that's what I want to see. Like I want to be in the audience of like someone who's like 18 doing that. Like I want to see that. I don't want to see someone with like a synth and 25 computers behind them who has like a great social media presence. I want to see someone with like a guitar who's like almost crying because they believe so much of what they're saying. But they sound like shit. But they
don't stop believing. Like, can you play Journey underneath this whole track?
I can have one pedal and everything's so distorted and it sounds like crap and you can't hear what they're saying. You know what they're saying because like you've got like the little, like, you know, Anyways, we need that.
It's coming back. I know it is. We will find our way. The world will find its way, and as long as we just start,
we need more shitty young bands on stage, please.
As long as we find more, we need a younger. Let's go.
Fired up.
Mise en scenes, young band song camp. Every weekend.
You don't need to
at your house
play anything.
Please, no experience required.
Hey, well, we can use this.
No experience encouraged.
Yeah, well, no experience encouraged.
Exactly. Just passion.
Just passion. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, don't get me on a soapbox though, because like seriously, I will like just rant to no end about what I think the meaning of life is and art within it.
I mean, while we're here, I mean, that sounds fun.
Well, like, I think like, okay, are you ready? Are you all ready for this? Okay. Jodi, are you ready for this?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready.
Okay, please, Jodi, interrupt me every chance you feel like you need to like stop me. Okay, Jodi's my emotional support worker at this point. Okay, so I really feel like our journey in this life is to like learn. Okay, it's to learn. We are to learn kindness, love, respect, community, all that stuff. All these like life lessons. Like that's our job. That's our job as souls, to just learn and like hopefully just like do the best we can. That's what I just think it is. And to do as much as we possibly can with like what we're inspired, like the gifts that we are given, what we are inspired to do. So like for me, it's like songwriting and writing and like nurturing and growing and elevating people. I love doing those things. Jodi's the same way. She loves to elevate people. That's why she's such a great teacher. Like, so she's doing all these things. And so many people just get so lost in like the purpose of like, you need to just follow what your inner compass is. It's really actually not as complicated as like the rest of the world tries to like shove on you. You know, it's quite simple. And if you just kind of bring it down to those basic things and then just like simply follow them, like your life is actually quite fulfilling. And the world is actually quite giving and loving and incredible. And there's so much change that can happen. It's when you get really insecure and overly anxious and like doing things that encourage insecurity and encourage anxious behavior and maybe habits that like aren't fulfilling to your soul or your purpose in life, that help you derail, that makes life really complicated and really hard. And I'm obviously speaking in really general terms here, but like that's why I just kind of feel like when we talk about things, like we don't want to do TikTok because that's not in my heart. That doesn't align with like what I'm going for. And like if it is what's in your heart and what you're aligning for, then it should be life-giving to you and then go for it, you know? But for us, it's not. And so that's just kind of like what I think. I just kind of feel like we're here to learn and we're here to like make things better and like to do the best we can. And like we've all had parts and moments in our lives where we know we're not doing the best we can. I know I'm not in my best place, and I know that, and I know this, and I know that. And that's when it's like, okay, it's time, now that I've recognized it, I've called it, it's time to like shift into like, how can I start getting back on track to doing what is in alignment with like what I should be learning while I have this time. Like time is short. time is precious. Anyone who's lost anyone that they've loved in their life knows that. It's precious. It's very precious. So your minutes are important. Your weekends are important. Like your years are important. And so if you're not working towards things that align with what you think are important, you're going to get really confused really quick. So don't be shy in being confident in like your boundaries of like staying in alignment with what is important to you and like what you think your soul deserves to go through in this lifetime, because like we're also really privileged to live in a world where we have some choice in the matter. Like I got some choice that I can like be a female singer in a rock band. Like not everyone in the world can do that. So like
I think what you're kind of saying is like don't lose sight of what made you passionate and excited to be here in the first place. Because like as like Steph and I, like we keep saying this, but like 15 years doing music, it's so easy. We have like extreme highs of like all of the awesome things, but also extreme lows. And I think that what always brings us back is not losing sight of like what brought us here in the first place, which is like actually just making music and recording and performing. So it's so easy, especially like when you're in like a band with like 4 people and everyone has different opinions, and it's like you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to spend your money here, you need to do that, you need to blah blah blah. But if you're all there for the same reason, which is like the foundation of every like group or duo or whatever, which is the music, and you just check in with each other and see like what do we want to do and like how do we want to approach this? Do you like this? Because I freaking hate it. Or like is this like, you know, exciting for you? Because, you know, I think it's just important to not lose sight of what made you want to do what you're doing in the first place. So it's very easy to do that.
Yeah, it's really big overarching conversations we're having today.
Yeah, this is great.
But they're really cool. I hope you're digging the
I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Okay,
this is great.
cool. Like please feel free to like bring us back to whatever you want to talk about.
No, fuck what I had going on. This is better. I like what you said about like you don't need to like worry about the whole world, you know, like there's all this shit going on. It's like you like this idea that like all you are is yourself. That's all you actually know. And so like, you know, do what you can to be present in your own life, in your own body, and like your body will kind of just tell you like what you should be doing, you know, and you just like follow that.
Yeah. You know, I've back on. Jodi's out. I'm in. It's okay. I'll pick up where I left off. So what I was saying was like we were talking about like going with our gut on things. Like you were kind of saying like going where your body feels, right? And like I've just kind of always done that with my life. Like I grew up, I was an athlete, like serious athlete. Like I was a hockey player and a volleyball player. By the end of my high school career, I was like the 6th ranked volleyball player in the province. Whoa. I played university volleyball at McGill in Montreal. Then when I didn't want to play volleyball anymore, I'm like, this isn't really working for me anymore. I don't really like it. I just kind of stopped. And then I just kind of picked up a guitar, and then I just kind of started teaching myself how to sing and write music. But I was also studying English and cultural studies and film theory. And as I was getting into that, I was getting really into art. And then I decided I'm going to go to fine art school. So then I graduated from McGill, and then I went to fine art school. And then I started focusing on video and experimental photography and painting. And that felt right. And then Jodi and I met. And then I'm like, that feels right. And then I quit art school and then started a band with Jodi in Winnipeg and moved home. So like I lived in Montreal and Halifax, and then came back home to Winnipeg and started a band with Jodi. And then that's what just felt right. And nothing has since deterred me elsewhere. Yeah. Like I've just kind of followed my gut with like whatever my intuition or whatever told me to, wherever it felt right to go. Like I never really overthought it.
That's the thing, your brain is stupid.
Yeah.
Your brain does not know what's good for you.
Doesn't know what it wants.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of went for it. And then like, here I am. And like, it's weird because sometimes I'll run into people from high school and they're like, yeah, so like you do music. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, whoa, because I'm like an athlete. Like I was the athlete, right? So like for them, that's really confusing. And then like for some of my art school kids, like my art school friends, like, you know, music isn't a really big jump, but they're like, you do music, not art? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh. Like, so I also just think that like giving yourself like total freedom to morph into whatever you want to do is like super important, because like the reality is like we can all dip into whatever we want, you know, like doesn't mean you have to be like amazing at it, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. And I think like that might deter people sometimes. It's like, well, if I'm not going to be the best at it, then I'm not going to do it. It's like, well,
I've had that for sure.
You felt that way before?
Yeah. Or I guess it's more so like if I'm doing something, it's like I'm gonna try to be the best at it. Yeah. I'll like, I just like, I don't know. It's like I run, and so of course like I need to do the marathon. Like that's not. Yeah. I'm not gonna do a half marathon again. Like why would I do that? You know, or it's like if I'm in a band, I'm in a band. Like I'm not gonna like. I'm doing a podcast, it's twice a week. You know? It's just like, it's
I feel like that is such a good quality to have. I'm not that. I've been playing drums since I was 8. Mediocre, totally satisfied. Love my life. Love what I do. Thought about going to music school. No, I got all the tools in my toolbox to like be the kind of musician I want to be. But I've not had that competitive kind of spirit that you guys have. But I admire like athletes and people who like have that kind of.
But you know what? I'll say
think
this.
It's good, but it is a double-edged sword.
Yes. I will say though, like. Pushing yourself is not the same thing as like
I push myself against myself.
That's what you need to do.
I am like I want to when I'm in the studio. Like if someone like I am like tight to the click track. I like want to be perfect.
She don't want to be off that click.
I'm competitive with myself. I'm not competitive with. You know.
Some drummers will go into the studio and they're terrible, and producers are like, "Get this fucking guy out of here." Not Jodi. No one would ever say that about me. No one would say that about Jodi.
Practice that in my basement.
No, that's Jodi's biggest fear is for a producer to be like.
It would never happen because I'm prepared.
No, Jodi, like
I'm not the best, but I am prepared.
Well, you can sit to a click and like, but like, yeah, I mean, like when you're working with some big time producers, like that's a big deal. If you can't stay to a click, like you're, especially as a drummer, like, fuck.
And if you're recording to
you are wasting so much time and money.
To tape and you're recording to a click, you're dead.
Yeah.
To the project, to the world.
Yeah.
To yourself. Retire now.
Yeah. Retire now. Yeah, but you're really good at that though.
Thank you. I practice really hard a lot.
I know you do. I know.
I spend lots of time.
When we go into the studio, Jodi's like, we make sure we've got all the clicks, and Jodi practices like hardcore to it. So
because I don't want to go in and like lose like lots of awesome drummers can play to a click, but if you don't practice the songs to it, then you lose like that confidence and like the actual
and the
feel,
feel because like if you know it really well, then you can add your feel to it. Right. And like if you're not prepared, then like you're like chasing the click pretty much the whole time.
You know, maybe I am competitive now. I'm like, maybe
you know what? I am an athlete. I'm gonna run a marathon for drums though.
Drum marathon.
Drum marathon. Just play till the last person just dies. Yeah. Actually, that'd be pretty hilarious. During the marathon too. Like while they're running, like just people just like set up in stations and it's just like drums.
Well, there are like
to help with like
there's
the
like
pace.
Fubuki Daiko, whatever they're called.
What's that?
You know, they're like
oh yeah.
The big drums,
It's like athletic.
I don't know. It's what?
Athletic.
Oh.
Is it?
No, it's more like I don't want to fuck it up. I feel like it's no. I want to name the culture, but I definitely don't have it on.
No, don't worry about it.
Don't name it, but they're popping into my algorithm of grandmas doing it, and it's very impressive.
Oh,
it's like drumming for exercise.
Not quite, but it is. It's like okay, it's just like it's this drum group that has existed forever in the city, and it's like a rotating cast, but it's mostly younger, like high school age-ish and a little older, I think.
In Winnipeg?
Yeah.
What?
And they just do like events. So like they're always the only time I've seen them in recent years is at the marathon.
Can you send Jodi the contact?
Send me the link.
Sure. Yeah.
Jodi needs the link because she wants to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like these big drums that go
That sounds sick.
this stuff.
She's into that.
Yeah.
She'll do that. You're into it. I'm signing her up.
So, but anyways,
Unless it's culturally not.
here's what we do. We organize an event where it's that, and it's just last man standing wins.
See, that's cool.
Oh, so you're trying to make it
whoever's
competitive.
arms
Yeah.
continue.
So you're trying to make that competitive.
Yeah.
But why?
Well, Steph just said like drum
Why
marathon.
not?
So I
That'd
was
be
like,
fucking.
Oh.
That'd be fucking brilliant. But everyone
I
can
see.
compete in the sense where it's like last legs
Or
dancing,
we can
last
just enjoy
arms
the
drumming.
music while we're all playing
Well,
together
no, listen.
for 20 minutes.
But that happens.
And
regard-
everyone
But Jodi,
Why we gotta make it?
Jodi, that happens
Why we
regardless.
gotta find a winner? Can't we
Because
just
like
enjoy
it's
it?
kind of crazy to be like, look at this person like going for like 3
How about
hours.
look at these people all going together.
And maybe they're like, bring it on, and they're like not even tired, and they're like, get out of my way, I'm fucking amazing
We
at
need to
this.
find who's on top.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And they can get a 7-Eleven gift card for winning taquitos and milk.
Yeah.
See, full circle, just like that.
And I guess that's as good of a spot to end it as
There
any.
you go. There you go.
Yeah, Steph, Jodi, Mise en scène. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.
It's we've safely removed Steph from her soapbox, and we landed it. We landed it.
Off.
Why didn't?
So yeah.
We ended with competitive drumming. Jodi's favorite. Thank you so much for having us. And I have
my
to say on the record that you're doing such an amazing thing for our community in the music world. Thank you for stepping up and doing this. It has been craving someone who takes it seriously and who does it well, and you're doing that. So thank you for giving, airtime to voices that need to be heard in our community, and thank you for doing this. Like it's clear that you love doing it, and like the community thanks you. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
There you go. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Yay.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of In the Zone. If you're on YouTube, you can like the video and subscribe to support the show. If you're on another podcast platform, give us 5 stars, give us a follow, do what you can. Just throw me a freaking bone here, okay? I'm busting my ass day and night to make a good podcast just for you. So please do what you can. I appreciate it. While you're at it, go over to Instagram at inthezone.wpg and give that a follow if you haven't already. Thank you so much. You're the best. Love you lots. See you next time.